Many of the violations documented by the fact-finding mission amount to international crimes. Some of them are still ongoing. A secret list of suspected individuals will be compiled by the mission. This list will include the names of the suspects, information about their positions and roles, and a summary of the evidence collected by the mission. Libya is still without a permanent constitution and without a law capable of dealing with the most serious violations of human rights and international crimes.
For more on this, let's bring in Umberto Fravasio in London. He's an associate fellow with the International Institute for Strategic Studies. Umberto, welcome to this news hour. It's good to speak to you. Are you surprised by any of these findings that have been revealed?
No, not at all. I mean, since the liberation of Taruna, in 2020 by the forces affiliated with the Government of National Accord, the scale of destruction and death that was left by the Kani Brigade, at the time affiliated with the Libyan National Army, was evident. At least 250 bodies have been so far retrieved, and many others have still to be discovered by the investigation teams. And this brings us to the question of the problem in Libya, which can be resumed by the kingdom of militias still ruling in the country. Many of these militias act with impunity and are part and parcel of the state and the institutions. So it's really difficult to extricate them from the public institutions and make them accountable for the crimes they committed.
So further down the line, do you think anyone will ever be held accountable for what's happened, given there's so much instability in Libya right now?
Well, it's really difficult given the fact that the situation is still fluid and there is no central government or institution that have been able to implement a process to disarm and reintegrate these militias. There has been no comprehensive security sector reform. So many of these militias are now part of the state, are part of the public institutions, and they act with impunity with the illegal activities that they continue to conduct on day-by-day basis, including the trafficking of migrants, and which is part of the problem of the lack of rule of law in Libya. And so, yes, I think that for the time being, it's really difficult to make them pay for what they've done.
Over the last few days, we've also seen protesters take to the streets of Libya. They're angry about the situation in their country. They're calling for elections. Do you think the release of the findings of this report is just going to further anger people who are already living in a situation that's so chaotic and there's so much instability for them?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. Right now, the anger of the people been directed at the central institutions, the parallel authorities established in both East and Western Libya. Most of this anger comes from the deteriorating economic conditions inside Libya and the fact that the transitional authorities have not been able to solve the problems. So the findings of the UN fact-finding mission in Libya could certainly contribute to fuel more hunger.
Do you think this is going to have any impact on the ongoing talks between rival factions in Libya?
Unfortunately, I don't think so, because the talks are mainly directed at obtaining a power-sharing agreement, sharing of the power sharing among the different political stakeholders. So I don't think that for the time being the humanitarian concerns and especially the human rights, the respect of human rights and the respect of the lack of rule of law could have an impact for the time being in Libya, especially since the fact that the international community is much more concerned about restoring central institutions, and that's a problem because most of the concerns in Libya are also related to humanitarian and the respect of human rights.
Umberto Fravasio, appreciate your analysis analysis on this report. Thank you so much.